HPV, human papilloma virus infection. So HPV-6 and HPV-11, they are benign warts. Coming to condyloma acuminata, this is related to HPV, human papilloma virus infection. So HPV-6 and HPV-11, they are benign warts. They are responsible for benign warts. While HPV-16 and 18, they are aggressive and associated with dysplasia and progression to cancer. So this is HPV-16 and 18. They are associated with dysplasia and progression to cancer. Now, the patient who develops condyloma acuminata has to be screened for the immunosuppression. Is there any associated immunosuppressive disorder associated with it or not? That has to be ruled out. Now, treatment approach for this condyloma acuminata are either physical or chemical destruction, immunologic therapy and surgery. So, if you look at here, there are multiple treatment options for the condyloma acuminata available. So, first we will see the podophyllin. Podophyllin is basically you have to apply it there. The main advantage of this is ease of application, no anesthesia is required and it's inexpensive. But the main disadvantage is it causes skin burns and cannot be used into the anal canal. Multiple visits are necessary and dysplasia with prolonged use can occur and also systemic toxicity can occur. And there is a even high recurrence rate up to 30 to 65%. Second is a bichloroacetic acid. Here again it's an easy to use. There is no anesthesia is required. It is inexpensive and can be used. It can be used into the anal canal. This has to be remembered. We can use it in the anal canal. It causes skin burn and multiple visits are necessary. But these skin burns are lesser than the podophyllin and recurrence rates are lower than podophyllin up to 25%. Now coming to imiquimod. Imiquimod is a 5% cream. It is self-administered with fewer office visits. The main disadvantage is the local skin reaction, which is mild to moderate and it is expensive, but recurrence rate are much less, 13% recurrence rate. Next is electrocoagulation. So here it's a single session treatment and it is effective in the anal canal, but the main thing is anesthesia is required because it's an electrocoagulation and postoperative pain can occur. May require repeat coagulation with 9% of the failure rate, but failure rate is very less compared to previous therapies. Another is a cidofovir topical 1%. This can be used for the recurrent condyloma. You have to remember recurrent condyloma, and the disadvantage is mild erosive dermatitis can occur with this. 32% are cured with this and 60% have partial regression with this. Coming to cryotherapy. Cryotherapy is a single session treatment and can be used in the anal canal. It is a single session treatment and can be used in the anal canal. It requires expensive equipment. First of all, it requires expensive equipment and may require anesthesia. And 20 to 30% have recurrence rate. Up to 24 to 37% recurrence rate are there with the cryotherapy. Next mode of treatment for this is surgical excision. Here you can precisely remove the tissue for pathologic study. Again, anesthesia is required and postoperative pain is much more, and recurrence rate is 9 to 42% recurrence rate is there. Laser therapy It is effective for extensive warts. When there is extensive warts, you can use this laser therapy and can be used during pregnancy also. But again, it requires expensive equipment and anesthesia. And there is a recurrence rate of 3 to 14% of this recurrence rate is there. Coming to interferon. Interferon is a treatment for recurrent disease and therapy duration is 2 to 3 months with systemic side effects and very expensive. Again, discomfort is there and it's actually labor intensive treatment, and here 36 to 82% have remission. That means disease is under control in 36 to 82% of the patients. So lot of treatment modalities are available for condyloma acuminata.